So you're thinking about cooking professionally. Let's talk about it. I want to go over some of the things that I wish I would have learned before I got into the industry. And these are some of the things that they don't talk to you about, tell you about in culinary school. These are things that I've had to figure out on my own while spending the years that I have in the restaurant kitchen industry or cooking professionally. The first thing I want to touch base on is the hours and the shifts that you will most likely be working. It won't be doing Monday to Friday 9 to 5s or Monday to Friday 8 to 4s. That's unheard of. The hours you're most likely are gonna work are gonna be night shift hours. And by night shift I mean closing. So most likely you'll start at 3 o'clock and work till 10, 11 o'clock. Or you'll start at 5 and you'll work to 10, 11 o'clock. The majority of the shifts you're going to be working dinner service. Dinner rushes. Not going to have Friday, Saturday off. That's a given. You're going to be working those busy shifts. Those tough, grueling shifts where you're busy from start to finish. Those are the tough ones. Holidays. Statutory holidays. Thanksgiving off? I don't think so. Easter long weekend off? Not going to happen. New Year's Eve? Think again. You're going to be working. And because you're working those shifts, you're going to be missing out on important events. You're going to be missing out time with your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, kids. You're going to be missing out on quite a bit of time while you're in the industry working your butt off. It's one of those industries that the shifts that we work aren't normal compared to that of, say a banker or someone that works at the mall, someone who has an administrative job. You won't be working those day shifts. Biggest thing. You may get lucky and you may get the odd day shift here and there. I'm not saying that entirely, but majority of you getting hired on to cook. 9 times out of 10 you're getting hired to work dinner shifts. And those usually consist of, like I said earlier, 3 or 5 to 10, 11, depending on the hours of operation of the restaurant you're cooking in. If you're lucky, you get put on what I like to call a swing shift, which is 12 till 8. Some people like that shift because it makes their day go by faster. A lot of people don't like that shift because their day's ruined. They don't have enough time in the morning to get stuff done. They're too tired to get stuff done afterward. The biggest thing with the hours and the shifts is, like I said, missing that time with your significant other and your kids. It's tough. You gotta be mentally tough. Your partner's gotta understand that she's gonna be going to these family get-togethers by herself. Your partner is gonna have to understand that she'll be going to these family get-togethers, holidays, without you, because the shifts that you're required to work. Trust me, I know this. I've missed a lot of holidays. I've missed a lot of family get-togethers. I've missed a lot of Mother's Days. Missed a lot of Father's Days. And it's tough. It wears on you a little bit here and there, for sure. You just gotta be in that mind. You're gonna have to be mentally prepared. This is what's gonna be required of me, and unfortunately, that's the way she goes. Second thing I wish I would have learned before jumping into the industry, and this is a tough one, okay? And I think I could do a full video on this in the near future. Wages for cooks and line cooks. It's not that much compared to the other trades out there, and we'll touch on this a little bit later, but compared to the other trades out there. So you go to culinary school, you do your 2 years of culinary school, you get your certificate of professional cook level 1 or level 2, and you go out and you get a job. You're going to be making close to minimum wage or just a little bit above. I pulled up some stats from here for both US and to show the wages. I'll pull that up right now. As you can see, the wages aren't the greatest. Whereas you compare that to someone who just did a year or two of welding, they've got a certificate in welding, they're going to be making $5, $6, $7 more an hour than you are, depending. And that's just a small example. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I know out of all the trades, we are the lowest paid. So it really comes down to your passion and your love for food and your love for cooking. And that kind of helps offset, but passion for the industry and the passion for food. Now, I'll give you a little stat here. There's been, in my culinary class that graduated, I think there was 23 of us. As far as I know, only myself and one other are still cooking professional. Now, that goes to show that a lot of people, they get into this, pay for the culinary school, go get a job, and they realize these wages are garbage. I can't afford to feed my family out of this, or I'm not moving up the ladder. I've got to go find something else. And a lot of people, they end up going back to school, or they're cooking while they are in school. Go get a job. Don't be too discouraged of the wage that you are getting, simply because that is industry standard to be a minimum wage or just above minimum for the most part. The next one, do you need culinary arts school? Now, I've come across some great cooks, and I've hired some great cooks that have finished culinary arts school, the 1 or 2 year program. I've hired them and they've turned out good. They've turned out great. I've also hired a few cooks without culinary arts school, but years of experience. You can get into restaurant or a cook position without culinary arts school. Nothing wrong with that. You've got the experience. Chances are you've got the edge over the new culinary arts student. That's just facts. There is benefits to culinary arts school. As I said earlier, I did graduate from it. Culinary arts school is great in the sense that it shows you the basics, and it also gives you the knowledge, the theory behind why things work. And that's huge. That knowledge that you gain is detrimental, and it will give you a bit of an edge to the guy that's got experience. He has experience line cooking, but he doesn't have that knowledge of why things work. Now, sometimes that's not true as well, because you can have a good chef and he can take a guy that doesn't have culinary school and he can train him, and if he's good, he'll explain to him the theory behind that. Now, whether or not that cook absorbs that knowledge and keeps it locked away, that's up to him or her. Cons of culinary arts school, it costs a bunch of money. When I did the 2 year program, it was, I believe, $12,000, $6,000 per year. Now, that was when I was 19. I'm 34 now, so you do the math, quite a few years ago. The last thing, and this will probably be the toughest pill to swallow, but if you're getting in the industry, I think you're going to get lots of recognition for the work that you do. Apart from your chef and your sous chef and your fellow cooks, you're not. It's a thankless industry, hiring industry, and you work extremely hard for the money that you make. It is extremely tough. It's mentally tough. And if you're going in thinking, I'm going to get thanked for every little thing I do, or people are going to recognize me for the work that I do, or customers are going to, no, the thankless job, because the expectations from customers, things are supposed to be good, things are supposed to be perfect. And when they're not, that's when crap rains down, right? There's an old saying my old chef taught me, and it was, for a lack of better words, it is, get crapped on from above, spit on from below. Okay, because that just relates to the expectations that you have to keep while cooking, right? You can serve 50 good meals or 50 good plates. Serve one bad plate or one subpar plate, everybody loses their damn mind. It is extremely tough to be in this industry for a long time. And you will see, and I've seen this over the years, all my years in the industry, and people I've cooked for or cooked with, they come and go. They come in and they think, oh, this is great, and then they leave. They go do something else. And there's proof with a lot of my old college mates. Only 2 of us or 3 of us are cooking, myself included, as far as I know. With that being said, I'd like to end on a positive note. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from coming into this industry. On a positive note, the people and the friendships that you make in the restaurant industry, they'll be some of the best people you've ever come in contact with. Because cooking in a restaurant or in a kitchen, that's your second family. You guys have each other's backs. That is when one goes down, or something tragic happens in someone's life, your second family, your kitchen family will always have your back. That is, you'll have friendships that last years upon years upon years. With what I passed down today in this video, take it with a grain of salt, do a little bit of research, see what restaurants are paying in your in your local town, the average wages, gauge your experience, you know, and just be mentally prepared to cook for a living. That's the biggest thing I can give you, 100%, because it's tough. Now guys, thanks for watching, and just a reminder, I do stream live cooking shows over on Twitch. Link for that will be down in the description down below. If you like this video, if you got something out of this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Check out a few of my other videos. I've got a bunch of recipes down there. I want to try something new. Okay guys, as always, take care, and well, happy cooking. There it is. Let's get that cold. Get up in there. There we go. Look at that.